Aquarius, welcome. I'm going to use a different set of cards for you guys today in the oracles. This is the Journey Within card deck. So, personal growth comes out in your current energy for some reason. Expanding your spirit of compassion by honoring the sanctity of all life. Why? Oh, we actually have two. Interesting. Pure love. It's the motivation to please the Supreme Beloved through loving service. All material and spiritual goals should begin and end with love for the Supreme. Interesting. Compassion and love show up. Now, as I look at the cards clarifying this, it seems to talk about indecision. We have the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. So as I'm looking at this, there's a lot going on in your head, a lot of voices. And with the Two of Swords here, there's decisions that need to be made. But there's a calmness that is about this. We see the decisions can be with regard to giving and with love. So we have compassion, which can be giving, and love. So that makes sense to what we're looking at. For others of you, you could be looking at how to achieve this. And for some of you, this begins at a very close to the heart level, where this is around a person that maybe you're debating whether to give your heart to another person. And interestingly enough, this talks about compassion again in your desires. The recognition of suffering of others is your own suffering, and the happiness of others is your own happiness. We have the Eight of Wands, the High Priest, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords being your energy. There is communication possibly coming in for you, where you're hoping for that communication. That communication actually has to do with a commitment that you've been waiting for, possibly, with the Knight of Pentacles for a while. And so, for whatever reasons those may be, it seems like you're starting to understand why somebody may or may not be committing to you. Now, these two decided they wanted to come out. Living consciously and releasing bad habits. And I'll read the living consciously one for you. Many people go through life solely on the shores of life and death, building castles of worldly accomplishments in the sand of material existence. But at the dusk of life, the rising ocean of time will wash everything away. For a truly lasting legacy, live a life grounded in mindful intention and love. And then we have releasing bad habits. As we become aware of the divine nature of the immortal self, we move past harmful habits that come from fear, depression, self-doubt, and rise toward fulfilling our own miraculous potential. And when we speak of potential, we have a couple things happening with the cards. So we can see that the Queen of Pentacles shows out. Now this is an individual that has reached it. Now this is in the possible outcome. So this is reaching the potential to where you feel grounded, safe, generous, loving. All of which we have mentioned earlier. We have the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups this can be a happy life where you feel fulfilled. We see that possibly you're a little guarded about that because of the amount of time that it may take. However, it may even be, is it going to be worth the effort? Now we have the Strength card, the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, and Page of Swords. This is what's working for you. So you're being strong. You're exhibiting that side of yourself. Although things underneath with the Five of Swords here can be that there has been some type of hidden agenda or somebody's not been playing fair, winning at all costs. With this King of Wands, we also have the Page of Swords. So this can be creating delay. That delay is maybe what is frustrating you. But at the same time, it may be providing you with the ability to be compassionate towards others. Now we have the Emperor, the shadow side, the Six of Wands, and the High Priestess showing up as what you need to be aware of. Be aware of getting stuck in a power position, in the ego. Don't be deceiving yourself. Realize that there are things you know, there's things that you don't know, and rise above those sort of issues. And I pulled back up here to releasing bad habits. Now, as the final three cards, we have the Tower, the Moon, and the Page of Wands. There can be a sudden realization, something shocking, that you were afraid might happen, and there can be news of that coming in. There can be fear about losing things, about things changing where you hadn't expected them. And so sometimes we can guard ourselves against that, sometimes we can't. And sometimes when things break down, it brings us down into humility. And as we were talking earlier, this is the lens of humility. Train your mind to see past the ego. View life through the lens of humility and faith, a perspective that makes apparently insurmountable differences seem insignificant. Now, Aquarius, you're the only one that can apply this to your situation, as this is a general read. Feel free to leave me a comment in the sections below. Leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either is appreciated. And let me know how it resonated for you. We will see you next time. Stay safe.